Okay, so today's vlog, super quick Q&A. If you've been following me for a while, you know pretty much all this stuff already. If you've had bariatric surgery, you know this already. This is just really quick because I've gained over 3,000 followers this week. And people have lots of questions, and I'm going to answer them. So I'm sorry this is in between work and yoga and going out tonight. So no makeup, no music, short and sweet. It is what it is. Everyone wants to know how. How did I do it? I had bariatric surgery. So a lot of people want to know my backstory. I basically was in pretty good shape and skinny for the majority of my life. I was a dancer when I was younger. Instead of gaining weight in college, I lost weight. It wasn't until after college that I started to gain weight. So I slowly gained like 20 pounds within like the 2 years after college. And once I met my husband, I just gained a ton. So I, for years, was working out with trainers, going to the gym, changed my lifestyle, changed my whole diet and everything. And, every time I would give it a good go, I would like lose approximately 10 pounds in the first couple months. And then I would plateau. And for the next 6-8 months plus, I wouldn't lose anything. And it was really, really frustrating. I talked to my doctor about it. She suggested medications. She suggested bariatric surgery. I didn't want either of those. So I kept trying to do it the natural way. Wasn't working for me. So one day I walked in and said, I'm going to take you up on bariatric surgery. Let's do this. I found my surgeon. A lot of people have asked where. I am located in Southwest Florida. So my doctor is based out of Naples, and I had surgery in a hospital in Naples. The cost is different for everybody. If you don't have insurance, it depends on the surgeon and where you're at as to how much it costs. My surgeon is $15,000 out of pocket. I've heard of other ones that are a lot less. I've heard of other ones that are a lot more. If you have insurance, they'll cover it at different rates. You really have to do your research and find out. There's no one cost. So when I finally went for bariatric surgery with my insurance, they required a 3-month pre-op program, whereas a lot of them require 6. If you're paying out of pocket, you typically don't have to do any preoperative requirements. You just go have surgery. I was 41.56 BMI, which is morbidly obese. I did not have any comorbidities, but because I was over 40 BMI, my insurance covered part of the surgery, well, the majority of the surgery. Most insurances, and this is not always true, but most insurances require you to be over 35 BMI with at least 1 to 2 comorbidities in order to be covered, or 40 BMI with no comorbidities. Again, you should do your research because it's different for everyone. So I chose vertical sleeve gastrectomy for many reasons. RNY is the gold standard. It has been done for much longer, and there is more, I guess, scientific evidence on that. However, there are a lot more complications. You are rerouting your stomach and intestines, and people get sick and have a lot more restrictions and other issues with RNY versus VSG. I felt that VSG was best for me, my lifestyle, etc. And my doctor also felt that it was the best choice for me. So I went with that. With vertical sleeve gastrectomy, they cut out a large portion of your stomach, not, outer, they're not cutting out fat. This is your actual organ. Your stomach is being cut off and cut into a sleeve that's kind of like a banana tummy. It's very tiny. There's a little pouch in the bottom. They sew it up, and that's your new stomach. So in the beginning, you can typically eat 1 to 2 ounces of food. It slowly gets to be more, I think, and I'm not positive, but I think a lot of people have told me they're 1 or 2 years out are more towards the 6 to 8 ounces of food. I think 6 is generally a good amount, but I'm not positive because I'm not there yet. I, at this point, 6 months out, typically eat about 4 to 6 ounces of food. Sometimes it can be less. It really just depends. Let's see, how long did it take me to lose? 6 months. I've lost 76 pounds, 83% of my excess body weight. Excuse me. In 6 months. So if you've been on my profile, which I'm sure that's what led you here, you have seen my befores and afters. It's kind of hard to see against this black chair, but not perfect. Still have far to go. But I'm a lot skinnier. I had a very big round stomach. Everything was larger. So now I'm smaller, and my phone is going crazy. I still have about 14 pounds to lose until my original goal weight. I may lose more. I may not. I'm really more focused on fitness-oriented goals now that have to do with working out and running and different things like that. Right now, it's not really about the number on the scale. So people are asking about extra skin. Do I have extra skin? Yes, I have some here, which I think a lot of it will kind of be better once I tone up. I don't think I'll have as many issues there. I have a little bit here, which I'm hoping, again, once I lose a little more weight, that will go away. Sometimes I can feel on my stomach, but not really. People are asking about stretch marks and scars. So you can see they're not really highly visible, but I do have stretch marks. So my scars are here, which you can't really see. There, up here, right there, and the one in the belly button. So really the one on my belly button is mostly hidden by my ring, and then this one is the most visible one. Yeah, so they're really pretty good. I don't have a lot of extra skin. I do have a little bit on my inner thigh when I lay down and it kind of bunches up here, but I'm pretty lucky as far as extra skin. People are asking me, well, how do you avoid it? You don't. Everyone is different. I am young. I was only morbidly obese for about 3 to 4 years versus a lifetime. Because I'm young and my skin has a lot of elasticity still, I'm very lucky that it kind of just sucked back in. It depends on each person. Your body is going to be different than mine. You may not have a lot of extra skin. You may have a ton. It's the same thing with scars. They're going to heal differently for everybody. I know a lot of people use Mederma. I use Scar-Away tape that sits on top. But one thing works for someone, won't necessarily work for someone else. The same thing people are asking, well, how did you get rid of your stretch marks? How did you get rid of cellulite? Well, I didn't get rid of my stretch marks. They're there. I'm just lucky that my skin doesn't, show them. A lot of people have issues where they show. Cellulite. I didn't do any special exercise or take anything or put on any lotion for cellulite. It just naturally, the more fat you have, the more condensed it's going to be, and it's going to push and make those dimples. So as my fat's gone away, so have those. I still have cellulite. It's still there. But I've lost mass. So I've lost that. There are no special anything that I can tell you to take or put on topically. Okay. Does it hurt? Like any surgery, any procedure, you're going to have pain when you come out of it, when you're recovering. They give you pain medication. You're very comfortable. Some people have hardly any pain and don't take any medication. Some people have a lot of pain. Again, it's individual. Your doctor will help you assess and treat that pain. It is laparoscopic. It's not like they're just ripping everything open and then you're going to have this huge scar. Because it's laparoscopic, your recovery is going to be quicker. Typically, most people are 1 to 2 weeks out of work, depending on what you do. If you have a really, really physically, labor-intensive job, you're probably going to be out for longer than that. But again, your surgeon will tell you that at a consultation. So, can I take care of myself post-op? You can. It's easier and nicer to have someone there, but you can. It's very possible. One thing that was an issue for me was that I got really dizzy, I think, with the pain meds I was taking. So it was really nice to have my husband there to hold my hand while I was walking or in the shower or whatever. Realistically, if I didn't have him there, instead of going for walks outside until I was ready, I would have walked around in my house. I probably just would have waited to take a shower. But You can take care of yourself. I don't, I know a lot of people who have done it, and I don't really see why you couldn't. So people want to know tips and tricks, like what exercises do I do or whatever. There's nothing special. There is no tip or trick. The best tip that I can give you is to focus, if you're not having bariatric surgery, a lifestyle change, like an overhaul. You need to train yourself to cut out things that you don't need and shouldn't have, or at least keep them to a minimum. You need to be eating higher protein foods and fresh produce. You need to focus on what comes from the earth, not from a box. Realistically, a piece of broccoli is going to be better for you than a Cheez-It. It's just kind of like a fact of life. So you have to work on, while your body still needs fats and carbs, you need to make carbs a minimum. And you need to choose the right ones. You need to choose squash. There's zucchini, there's summer squash, there's butternut squash, acorn squash, spaghetti squash. Those have carbs, but they're better for you than a potato or rice or pasta. So you need to make those choices accordingly. Water. Drink a lot of water. That's really huge. You need to cut out things like soda or juice or things like that are like really sugary. Say bye-bye. And get your butt moving, whether that means slowly increasing your activity from walking to jogging, whatever it may be. I don't know what point you're at, but you need to start moving and doing things you haven't been doing, because your body's accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and once you kickstart it, things are going to change. I don't have any particular exercises I do. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm more of an activity person. So that's why I like going to gym classes, because it's always changing. It's always moving. I like running. I like biking. I like kayaking. I like stuff like that. But I do go to the gym and I do certain exercises, but it's not like any one thing is going to help you more than the other. You need to do a good amount of cardio. You need to do a good amount of weights. You need to work out your entire body. You need to have a whole fitness plan and not just focus on one thing or the other. Somebody asked me if I had health problems prior to surgery. I had sleep apnea. I would choke on my saliva in the middle of the night because I stopped breathing, and when I started breathing, I choke on it. I snort a lot. I had a lot of neck and back issues, a lot of pain, several issues like that I had before, and they are gone. Losing weight, I don't snore, I don't have sleep apnea. Really the only soreness I have is from working out and recovering. So it's really done so much for me. It's changed my lifestyle as a whole, and I'm trying not to take too long on this video, so I'm really not going to get into that. But if you go through my page and stuff, you'll see the changes that it's made in my life. I think that's about everything that people asked. All I can tell you is the best decision I've ever made. I have never felt healthier or happier. I can do things I never thought possible. And there are things that I'm working towards that I may not be able to do right now, but I will be able to do in a few months or in a year from now. And I'm determined. And I not only am happy to make these changes for my life, but I'm inspired to help other people make these changes. So I'm actually in the process of becoming a certified personal trainer. And that's kind of what this can do for you. It can change your life as a whole. It's not just about looks. It's about your mental health too and your happiness. So if you have any questions, let me know.